Hey you guys, what's going on? Welcome to the offseason part 1 of my Philadelphia Eagles franchise. In this video, we are just going over season stats and awards and stuff like that because I like to look through that stuff, but it always takes like 20 to 30 minutes. So it's going to be its own episode. And then I mentioned at the end of the, obviously, see, we won the Super Bowl. I mentioned at the end of the Super Bowl, the offseason is going to be split up into 3 separate videos. So we have the stats and awards, re-signing and free agency, and then we have the draft and signing undrafted free agents. So that's going to be pretty much how I have it laid out right now. I think it's going to go well that way, so it's not, an hour and a half long video. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into the stats. Well, first, actually, because we can't look at them now, I don't believe so. I don't think we can. Let me double check that. Stats. Can we look at... No, we cannot look at Pro Bowl anymore. So, if my voice changes, sorry, I have to look, away a different angle from the mic. But for the Pro Bowl, we had wide receiver Dorial Green-Beckham, left tackle Jason Peters, left guard Steven Wisniewski, center Jason Kelsey, right tackle Lane Johnson. So the only person on our O-line to not make it was actually I believe our right guard. Yeah, Brandon Brooks didn't make it. And then on defense, we had left end Brandon Graham, defensive tackle Fletcher Cox, middle linebacker Jordan Hicks, right outside linebacker Michael Kendricks, free safety Rodney McLeod, and strong safety Malcolm Jenkins. How Desmond Lewis didn't make it, I honestly have no idea because you guys are going to see his stats here in a minute. But let's go ahead and look at some awards first before we look at stats. So we're just going to go to yearly awards. So the NFL MVP is Russell Wilson, even though his team only went 9-7. Okay, I guess. Did we have anyone even on this list? No, we did not. Probably would have had Carson Wentz not gotten injured. Wait, hold on. There's one more award that I think is NFL. Coach of the Year is Mike Mularkey for the Titans. Okay. And then AFC, the Offensive Player of the Year. And if you hear any banging around, sorry, there's something under my house, and I don't really know what it is. But anyway, Offensive Player of the Year is going to be Tom Brady. Defensive Player of the Year, this is for the AFC. Defensive Player of the Year is Dante Hightower. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Connor Cook. What happened to Carr? Okay. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Emmanuel Ogbah. Best QB, Marcus Mariota. How did Brady win Offensive Player of the Year and then Mariota wins quarterback? Running back is going to be Chris Ivory for the Jaguars. Best receiver, Antonio Brown. Best O-line, Marshall Yanda. Best D-line, Henry Anderson. Best linebacker, Justin Houston. Best defensive back, Jason Verrett. Best kicker, Steven Gostkowski. Alright, now let's look at NFC. Offensive Player of the Year, Russell Wilson. Do we have anyone on this list? Yes, Ryan Matthews made the list. Okay. Defensive Player of the Year, Jalen Smith. Michael Kendricks comes in second, and he is the only one that made the list. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dak Prescott, followed by Ezekiel Elliott, followed by Goff, followed by Smallwood, and then Wentz, then Josh Doxson, Nate. So, okay, look at this. NFC East, NFC East, NFC West, NFC East, NFC East, NFC East, NFC East. 6 of the 10 on this are from the NFC East. That's insane. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Smith. Okay. Followed by DeForest Buckner. We don't have any rookies that really play on defense. Best quarterback, Russell Wilson. Aaron Rodgers is Wentz. Yes, Wentz actually made the list. Best running back, Eddie Lacy, followed by Ryan Matthews, and then Wendell Smallwood's at 5. Best receiver, Odell Beckham, followed by Desmond Lewis, followed by Dorial Green-Beckham, and no one else on this list for us. Best O-line. Is there not a best tight end? That's stupid. Best O-line, Tyron Smith. There's 3 Cowboys. I always like to look at this list. Hey, Jason Peters made it. I always like to look at this list and see how many of the Cowboys' offensive line made it. So 3 out of the 5 made it. Best D-line, Aaron Donald, followed by Brandon Graham. Fletcher Cox made it. That's good. Best linebacker, Michael Kendricks. Did anyone else make this list? Yes, Hicks did make it. Okay. I say Hicks better have made that. Best defensive back, Sam Shields, followed by... Oh, my God. Okay, so the Packers' secondary is apparently, decent. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. Ronald Darby's on the list, even though he didn't get a pick, after week 4. He started off the season, had, 5 interceptions in the first, 4 games, and then didn't get any more throughout the rest of the season. I don't even think he got one in the playoffs. And that... Oh, Malcolm Jenkins made it. Okay. Best kicker? Yeah, we did not make this. Nope. Definitely not. Okay, so now we can go look at actual stats. And the first thing I actually want to show you guys is kicking. it didn't record anything from Parkey. I don't know why, but it didn't record any of Parkey's kicks this season. Extra points or anything. I don't know how many I missed. I know I missed quite a few. I think I missed 7. It counted Donnie Jones kickoff stuff, but apparently we never kicked a field goal this season. Thanks, EA. But anyway, let's go to passing stats. Carson Wentz obviously led the team with 3,006. So combined, I didn't realize this, we threw for 5,200 yards. Okay. And also combined, we threw 31 touchdowns and 28 interceptions. And you only played... okay, so I know I was way more... I think I was way more aggressive with Chase Daniel than I was with Carson Wentz. Because I would chunk it sometimes with Daniel and not really care what happened. Can I look at it by game, season stats? Because I want to see where he came in. Okay, but I can't see what game it was. That's pretty dumb. Okay, but yeah, I was really aggressive with Chase Daniel. How do we do percentage-wise? 65%? That's good, right? I feel like that's decent. Rushing-wise, these stats... Okay, so the touchdown stat, as you can see, is a little high. Some of these stats are going to be a little bit inflated. I think I'm going to slightly change around some of the sliders next season and hopefully get these knocked down a bit. But anytime we got to the 1 yard line, I would just toss it to Wendell Smallwood or Ryan Matthews. So that's probably where that came in, because that toss play is really overpowered. I should probably not run it as much, but it works, which is obviously why I run it. But anyway, Ryan Matthews, 197 carries, 984 yards, and 15 touchdowns. Wendell Smallwood, 148 carries, 643 yards, and 16 touchdowns. Now, I don't know what we're going to do in the offseason about Matthews. I have a couple ideas if we want to keep him or if I can find someone in free agency, because I want a power back, and I don't believe we have one on the roster. So I want a power back. So I think Matthews would be the one to get canned because he's going to take up more cap space. Receiving, Desmond Lewis, 96 catches, 1,400 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Yeah, and then Green Beckham, I mean, we can't look at it. I don't think we can look at it by game. I mean, you can, but you can't tell what game was what. But I think, does this go in reverse? I think, yeah, this is the first game. I think this is the first game of the season. And then just from there on out, you can just see his production go up. First game, 3 catches, or first game, 1 catch, and then 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. It just slowly goes up, and then, last game of the season, 11 receptions, 260 yards, and a touchdown. He tore apart the defenses here late in the season. I think Green Beckham's going to be a good addition to this offense. If you can hear it creaking, it's really windy, so I do apologize that my house creaks whenever it gets super windy. So Green Beckham played really good. Jordan Matthews, I was so close to having 3 receivers at 1,000 yards. But he had 42 catches, 939 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Looking to get him more involved next season. Lewis played really well, but I may move Matthews to the slot because that's where he plays in real life a lot, and I think he'll be good in the slot. Then we have Aguilar, who didn't play much. Then we have Zach Ertz, who only caught 1 touchdown during the season. I didn't use him a whole lot. Matthews, 26 catches for 2 touchdowns. Brent Selleck didn't catch a touchdown. Wendell Smallwood caught 1. Colby Listenby actually did not get a touchdown. I thought he did. But let's look at blocking. Who led up the most sacks? Lane Johnson. That's from me rolling out to the right side so much. Honestly. That's where that, yeah. Right tackle and right guard, that's from me rolling out and rolling right into the defenders. Defensively, who led the team in... No, I want to see total tackles. I don't want to see that assist crap. Malcolm Jenkins with 132. Okay, then. Followed by Kendricks and then McLeod. Tackles for loss, 37. Now, you probably already saw some of them. Before we look at this sack stat, like I said earlier, some of these are going to be kind of inflated, and these numbers are a little ridiculous, in case you're wondering. 18.5 sacks for Michael Kendricks, 16.5 for Fletcher Cox, 15.5 for Brandon Graham, 8.5 for Barwin, 8 for Hicks, 6.5. Now, see, these are normal numbers. Having 3 people in double digits is not normal, obviously. That is me blitzing all the time. So I may cut back on the blitzing, but it kind of obviously worked. I mean, we won the Super Bowl, and the Eagles do blitz a lot, so I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of an inflated stat. Kicking, like I said, doesn't show anything. So now we can go look and see who led the NFL in all of this stuff. We looked at our team. We reviewed everything on our team. Let's look at NFL. Actually, we forgot to look at one thing on our team, and it was on defense. It's probably my favorite thing on defense, and I completely forgot to look at it. Interceptions. Who led the team? Ronald Darby. Now, if I look at this, if my theory is correct, he should... Okay, so he had one late in the season. Is that right? Or is that even how this is broken up? Because, yeah, okay, so he had 4 in the first, like, 2 games. Because he had 3 in 1 game. I remember that. I don't know how those are broken up. I think, okay, so the reason, so that's not his progression. That's how, whenever I was looking at Beckham earlier, that's how many catches he had. Like, it was sorted by that. It wasn't sorted by game. That was stupid on me. Never mind. Because I think that looked like 11 catch, 3 touchdown game. Or no, the 11 catch, like 260-yard game. I think that was against Washington. But yeah, interceptions, Ronald Darby, followed by Jenkins, Kendricks, Carroll. Carroll had 2 in the Super Bowl. McLeod, Hicks, Kendall James. Which Kendall James, his pick was actually pretty funny because it was like the first play he had ever played on the season. It was, I believe, week 3 against Pittsburgh where someone got hurt. I think it was K'Wan Williams got hurt. So I had to put James in and I was like, dear God, this is going to end up badly. And then his first play in, he gets a pick. Like, okay. And then he didn't do anything else the rest of the season. So now we can go look at NFL stats. Now that we've looked at interceptions. And we'll come back to that here in a second. Anyway, passing-wise, Ben Roethlisberger leads the league in yards with nearly 5,000. Touchdowns, who led the league? Russell Wilson, 37 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. How did y'all go 9-7? Is your defense just trash? Okay, who led the league in picks? Phillip Rivers and Brock Osweiler. All right. Most accurate quarterback who actually, you know, had a little bit of playing time. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Wilson completed 70% of his passes. Wow. That's insane. Who got sacked the most? Probably us, honestly. No, Winston, actually. Well, we also started 2 different quarterbacks, so that could also contribute to that. What quarterback played the most downs? I'm just kind of curious. Phillip Rivers. All right, rushing-wise. Carlos Hyde had nearly 300 attempts. Who led the league in yards? Carlos Hyde with 1,131. Followed by C.J. Anderson, Shane Vereen, Eddie Lacy. This is not the top 5 I would have expected, honestly. Where is, like... Oh, there's Gurley. There's Peterson. All right, whatever. Touchdowns. Wendell Smallwood. Followed by Chris Ivory. Followed by Ryan Matthews. Followed by Eddie Lacy. Who fumbled the most? Carson Wentz. Okay. I need to up his carrying, apparently. Receiving. The only person to break 100 receptions was Antonio Brown. Desmond Lewis got close. He was tied for 3rd, I guess. This would be 1st, and then these 2 would be 2nd, and then 3rd with Randall Cobb. Yardage, that's got to be Antonio Brown, 1,700. And touchdowns. A 4-way tie. Had I thrown one more touchdown pass to Desmond Lewis, he would have led the league in touchdown receptions. Devin Smith got 11 without even breaking 1,000 yards. Blocking. Who led up the most sacks in the entire league? Alejandro Villanueva? I think he used to play for the Eagles. He's on a practice squad or something. But total tackles is going to be Dante Hightower with 162. Yeah, we're nowhere near this list. Okay, sacks, we're going to be like the top 3, right? Actually, no. I mean, we're on number 1, but then Sheldon Richardson had 18. Henry Anderson had 18. Justin Houston, and there's a flying right in front of the mic. So Justin Houston had 16.5. Brockers had 14.5. Okay, so Brockers had 14.5 and Donald had 14. So we're not the only one to do crazy stats. J.J. Watt had 14. Terrell Suggs, Red Bryant, DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller both had 12. So I guess the sack stat is just in general inflated this year for Madden. Kicking, I guess we can look at that. Who had the highest percentage? Gostkowski with 94%. Who had the lowest? McManus with only 60. Extra point. We obviously are not in this, sadly, but the lowest is 96%. I know I missed more than 2. So we missed the most extra points during the season. Awesome. Punting, not really a big concern. I mean, how many touchbacks? Okay, are we on any of this? We didn't punt the least, which is normally the stat that I have. Or wait, hold on. Did we punt the least? No, actually. So I punted about an average amount. We didn't have any blocks. Inside the 20, I feel like we're leading the league. Nope, we're real close. Touchbacks, longest punt. Who had the longest punt? Tress had a 78-yard punt. What? Okay, then. Kick return. Anyone get more than one touchdown? Just Theo Riddick and... Oh, Lucky Whitehead had 2. Oh, he got 1 against us. Punt return. Yeah, Kenyon Barner had 1. And he also had 1 in the playoffs. T.Y. Hilton and Randall Cobb both had 2. Okay, so I think that is it for season stats. We had the second offense in the NFL, nearly 7,000 yards, and we had the 14th defense. So, yeah. But anyway, that is all of these season stats. If you want to, I'll go ahead and look at records, and we can see, who had the best record in the NFL. So the best record belongs to the Titans and the Patriots. The worst is the Bears at 3-13. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know it's kind of a boring thing to do, just stats and awards, but I like it, and I don't want it to take up 20 or 30 minutes of another part. So that's why I did it completely separate. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And probably tomorrow. Yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow the free agency will be out. If not tomorrow, the day after that. So within the next couple days, the re-signing of free agency will be out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time.